Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new video. This is a process video. It's another one in my autumn kit series. So as you can see, I have some lovely photos here. I have this large 5x7 that I printed, and I want to focus on this one because I love the colors in it. I think they're gorgeous. And so this will actually be part of a 6x8 full page. Now, I'm thinking I may have to remove it. Pretty sure I'm going to have to remove it from the flip book that it's in, because I think I want to create a special pocket down here with sequins, maybe 1.5 or 2 inches, seal it shut, and then the photo will go up here. But I can't do that if it's still in the album, so I'll have to take it apart, but that's fine. Over here I have one 4x6, and then I have this 3x4, but I'm not using this red as the background. That just happens to be from the previous page. So I do need to find something to go behind this. And I'm not sure if I want something that would allow me to journal or if I just want a subtle patterned background. I'm really not sure. So I think my first step is to take the book apart so I can get this out of there. And then I'll start looking for papers and cards. So I have pulled out my kit after taking these out of the album. I have my kit here, and because I am going to make the pocket at the bottom, I think I will go 2 inches because that leaves me a 6x6 area. The photo will fit there, and I have just enough room for just the borders of paper to show through. And I do have this 6x6 paper pad, and the patterns in here are pretty bold, so I'm not sure that anything even in here would work in the background. Or, I mean, like this color, I love the pattern, but the color isn't right. But I'm going to look through there and just see if any of them might possibly work for the right side. So from this paper pack, paper pad, I only found one sheet that I really thought might work, and that's this one. So I've already torn it out from there. And when I hold this up, there isn't a ton of orange in here, but right here, like these colors, I think pull in a little bit of that might make it acceptable. And then I held these photos up as well just to see. Again, not a whole lot of orange here, but there's enough little bits maybe in there that it pulls out that color. Same here, just with a little bit up in the corner. So I think maybe I can get away with it if I have it over here. And then I'll just have to work in some embellishments and my sequins that pull in the other colors. But for now, I think I'm going to go with this one. So I will cut this down to a true 6x6. This is what's on the other side, by the way. Won't be using that. So I'll cut this down and I'll go from there. Now, 2 things I want to mention. I already have my fuse tool plugged in and heating. Here it is. Because when I was thinking about sequins, I knew I have to heat it. I usually let it heat 15 to 20 minutes just to make sure it's very hot and ready to go. And then number 2, I decided to save the top of the paper that I cut off, because even without that, I have 2 pieces that I could possibly add in somewhere else if I need the color to match, or I feel like I need to bring that pattern in or something on the left-hand side. So that's a tip. Maybe, you know, if you've got a little bit left, don't throw it away right away. You don't know how you might end up being able to use it. Okay, I have cut the photo down to be 6 inches across, and look how it sits on that paper. I really like that. I'm not sure if I want it totally centered or maybe slightly centered more to the bottom so I have more room up here. With the sky being there, it does give me the option where I could stamp, I could put embellishments and layer it over there. So I'm tempted to leave more room up top and less on the bottom, but I don't want to glue it down quite yet because I'm not totally sure. At some point I also have to pick out sequins to go in there, but for now I'm going to leave it. I have this photo. I have the same issue here where I have a big chunk of sky that I can utilize. And then I have this one, which I don't know that I'm really going to end up doing much with this. If I embellish at the top up here, this could be left blank, but it kind of depends on what I'm doing here. And part of me, I thought I wanted a 4x6 card and then layer it. Part of me is tempted to just find a 3x4 that works and just put them side by side and adhere it right to the back of this and call it good. So I'm going to look through my kit of my 3x4 cards and see what I find. I think I have found a 3x4 card that I want to use. I love this. The sun took a step back, the leaves lulled themselves to sleep, and autumn was awakened. And I love the color in the background, so that works out as well. And then side by side, I think the color works fairly well. It works with these tones in these photos too. And you know what, I think I'll put it on the left side. Well, or do I like it here? No, you know what, I do think I want to keep it on this side because I may end up, excuse me, having a lot of embellishments over here. I can always change my mind, so I won't glue that down yet either. I will this one now because I'm ready to commit to where it's going to be, and then I can start embellishing. I pulled out some things from my kit to get started on the embellishing, and I also pulled out this sticker sheet I've been working from because there are some things that I like here. I like this little bird simply because of the color, if I'm honest. I think it would look good with this. It's more of this darker yellow color, but I think it would blend enough. So I do like that. I also have a heart in that color and this flower. So I'm thinking I could work those in if I wanted to. And then this sticker I had pulled off to use for something else, decided not to use it and just stuck it back on there. That green though would match here. So again, if I need to layer and make things build up a little bit for my embellishments, I have things that I can work with, I think. So I have all of those pulled out, and let's see here. I think I might like a circular element or a pennant, you know, flag style or something that will go over both sections here that overlaps the paper and the sky. So I will start looking for that first. So in my bag of stuff here, I had this, and I really like that. It's a little bit bigger, though, than I would have liked. If I want to fully overlap it, it's going to overlap the trees here, which I didn't really want to do. I wanted it to be more like this, but if I hang it off the edge, I'll have to cut through the words, and I don't like that. So I think I will just do this, and it'll overlap the trees a little bit, and that's fine. And then I'll have to decide, do I want something over here as well? Do I want to just do a phrase down here to even that out? Maybe some enamel dots? Not sure. And then over on this photo, I had this picked out too that I found. I'm not quite sure that goes. There is definitely red in there, but it's quite a bit darker than what's here. But I like it for this empty space, so I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I'll start with this and see where it takes me. All right, I've picked out a bunch of sequins here. Will I end up using all of these? Probably not, but I like to have options to start with. So I have this mix, it's a little hard to see with the lid on there, which is tans and darker browns, which I couldn't do a lot of that, I don't think, but I could do some. Those tones are there. I have some yellow and white mix. I think this one's called Walking on Sunshine, if I remember right. Again, a little bit of that. I have this, you can see. I think these were they from Felicity Jane, maybe from a long time ago? But the color palette is right, so I'm considering those. I have these solid colors. I like all of these. These are actually leaves, which would be perfect since it's a fall theme, but I like that these have a little sparkle. That might be a little too bold, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then I have this mix, and I wouldn't use everything in here because obviously I don't want the pink in there, but the big green leaves and this yellowy gold butterfly, I might be able to get away with that. And because I will have a long space here to fill plus 2 inches tall, I need to be able to fill that with lots of things. So I think it's going to end up being a combination in some way of what you see here. Here's the mix I have so far. When I was putting this together, I love this, but I realized I have no red in there anywhere. And I don't have any red single sequins left that I could find anyway. So I have to go into a different mix I have and just pull out some red ones to drop in there. But I'm willing to do that, so that's what I'll do next. All right, I added in some red to the mix and I've dropped it in there. I also very lightly marked the 2-inch mark with my trimmer, and I used just very light pen mark so that I can just rub it off when it's done. I do need to shake this down just a little bit to make sure it'll be beneath or below that 2-inch mark, and then I can separate them all out later. Oh, there's a rogue one. Get in there. Okay, now I can start to seal it. So I just realized I need a bigger piece of cardboard. All right, I have everything lined up here the way I want it. There's one mark there. There's the other there. I just need to go 6 across here. So just gentle, even pressure. You don't have to go too crazy when you're using this. There we go. And that should have given us a nice seal. Yep, perfect. So there's that part of the layout done. To finish off this side of the page, I think I'm just going to add this little phrase right there. For this left side, I actually changed my mind. I decided I am going to let part of this red poke through. It'll bring in the red that I have elsewhere. And I switched the photo to the left side, and I cut down the card that I had to make it more square. I think I'm going to put it here. I'm going to have something there at the bottom. And then I have these 2 phrases. This one I already had, but then this one, it's the little things. I'm going to layer them, I think about like that. All right, I have everything in here down except for what I want here. And I think I've decided to go with that green leaf that I had because I can just do it right here, overlap the gold part a little bit right under the name. And it brings in some more green over there. All right, I think that looks good. There you have it. I think this one is done. So let's do some close-ups because I did a lot of work on this one actually. There we go with the 4x6 card. I kind of improvised with extra cards in my photo, and then this one just adding 2 phrases, but I think they worked out perfectly. And then this side is my favorite. I love this little piece that I had, just a little phrase down here, and then look at those gorgeous sequins. I love the color mix I ended up with. I feel like it's just a perfect match. So here's another one done with my autumn kit. Thanks for watching.